All right, YouTube. This Detroit's HPTV coming to you out of Detroit. I told you I was going to be doing updates on the O Block 6, the O Block trial. The guys out of Chicago from the Parkway Gardens. Okay. This is going to be for fair usage under the 1976 Copyright Act. It's for commentary, and this is a reaction video because I told you guys I want y'all to follow what's going on and what's being said while at the same time these young brothers is going to trial. See how they're using social media. Tell me what you think. But you can look at the backstory in the comments on my page. You can find out who these guys is. These people's sons. It's real life.
Generating a lot of buzz in recent weeks is the trial of O Block 6. These individuals belong to the Black Disciple Street Gang and are associated with the infamous hip-hop collective. I briefly touched on this trial in a previous video on my channel. The O Block 6 trial has gained significant attention, and I'm actively looking for updates on the story. It's a major news event, and some new legal documents have been released.
Hey, let me say something. You listen to the voice on this, that might be AI. It might not even be a person. Check out and follow this. This definitely might be artificial intelligence right here. Listen how it talk and how the cadence goes.
I must admit that I haven't had a chance to go through these documents thoroughly, so I thought it might be a good idea to skim through them together to get a better understanding of the situation. One of the documents, Document 1, is a hefty 68-page report that delves into the events leading up to the murder of Duck, also known as Colton Weekly or FBG Duck. It seems like this document was shared on a website called Oncology.
You see how I said Carlton Wheatley? Carlton Wheatley instead of Carlton Wheatley. Carlton. This might be AI. I did a reaction from this site before. This might really be computer generated.
Although I won't have time to dissect the entire document, I'd like to highlight some key points. The document provides a comprehensive overview of the conspiracy to murder FBG Duck, which is intertwined with racketeering activities of the O Block gang. While much of the information isn't entirely new, the level of detail and specificity in the document is striking. For instance, it reveals that FBG Duck was shopping for his son's birthday at Milani Boutique on the Gold Coast at 3:59 p.m. Ralph Turpin, who alerted the O Block gang to Duck's presence, entered the boutique and identified him. This incident highlights the ongoing conflict between the gangster disciples, GDs, and...
Alright, the moment he said this, the moment he said this, he throws up the image of King Von. This is a lot of accumulative footage and narration. If you've ever dealt with AI, this is about what it does. It's what it does best.
the Black Disciples, BDs, which is well established. As soon as Duck was spotted, Ralph Turpin made a phone call inside the boutique to call rival gang members to downtown for an intended hit on Duck. While this might be a familiar narrative, the document underscores the chilling reality of someone spotting a target and immediately orchestrating a plan to take their life. The document describes how the Black Disciples scrambled to make their way downtown, racing to confront Duck. When they caught up with him outside the Dolce & Gabbana store, they fired 38 shots in just 12 seconds, hitting Duck 16 times. It's a horrifying and chaotic scene, reminiscent of something from the Wild West. What's particularly striking is the post-murder activities. One individual, Los, had purchased a Ford Fusion just a week before the murder. Yet, immediately after the killing, he returned the car to the dealership. This detail paints a vivid picture of how swiftly these individuals reacted after a crime. Whether he returned the car for a refund or a trade-in remains unclear, but the sense of urgency and lack of hesitation is noteworthy.
I swear, They're gonna be mad at me for this one. This is artificial intelligence putting this together while they at trial, swaying public opinion. And this is why, notice how long they're keeping King Von's face up there while the AI is talking. This can AI can do this to any of us.
This insight into the sequence of events and the individuals involved offers a stark perspective on the lives of those embroiled in these situations, making it a surreal and unsettling glimpse into a world far removed from ordinary experiences. In any case, there's an astonishing revelation regarding Ralph Turpin, the individual who set up the situation inside the boutique. He was reportedly caught on audio confessing to his actions, unaware that he was.
This is the most shocking revelation. The most shocking revelation in this O'Block case. They're using artificial intelligence. I don't know if you're paying attention and you're watching this video. Look at this. This is not a human being narrating these facts and putting this together, because the picture's not. Continue to watch.
Was being recorded. It's an incredible turn of events. This portion of the document provides a more general overview of O'Block as a gang, shedding light on the group's dynamics. Notably, some of the cooperating witnesses testified about the leaders of O'Block. They mentioned figures like Boss Top, a prominent rapper and influential member of the O'Block collective. Then there's Duke, known for grabbing cameras from vloggers outside O'Block and recently stirring controversy by announcing a relationship with the widow of Lil Durk's brother. BJ, another significant O'Block affiliate, as well as Charles Liggins and Devin Bennett, including Mr. King Von himself. Interestingly, the indictment highlights the idea that if King Von were still alive, he might have been perceived as the kingpin of the operation, the central figure in all this. This speculation raises questions about potential allegiances and the stance of King Von, considering his strong lyrical stance against snitches and informants. What makes this document intriguing is that it presents the police's perspective on O'Block's activities. While some may argue that O'Block is just a tight-knit group or hip-hop collective, the government and this indictment paint a different picture. According to a cooperating witness, O'Block members supposedly earned their income through burglaries, robberies, drug sales, and controlled the drug trade within Parkway Gardens, which is O'Block's territory. Additionally, they allegedly used vacant apartments, often referred to as bandos, to store firearms and narcotics. According to the testimony, no one can sell drugs in O'Block without the permission of O'Block members. This document challenges the notion that O'Block is merely a music-related entity and instead portrays it as a well-structured organization involved in various criminal activities. Despite what might be seen on social media or in the music, these allegations present O'Block as a serious, old-school organized crime group controlling the drug trade in their area. The contrast between the public image and the legal language used in the indictment is indeed intriguing. Furthermore, it's suggested that O'Block members are expected to engage in shootouts with rival gang members as a means of rising through the ranks, aside from amassing wealth from drug sales or music ventures. This revelation underscores the harsh reality of the gang dynamics within O'Block, where violence and criminal activities appear to be the primary pathways to advancement. This indictment is a complex piece of legal documentation that, in essence, ties the music created by these individuals to their alleged criminal activities. It's worth noting that this observation might be somewhat controversial, but it wouldn't be surprising if the state decided to seize a significant amount of money from King Von's family. If his music was seen as part of a criminal enterprise, he could be seen as profiting from acts of violence and death. However, it's a critical point to consider that artists like King Von were not just making music. According to the indictment, they were involved in criminal enterprises and, as it's alleged, were profiting from actual murders and taunting deceased individuals like Tuka, Man, and Duck. The indictment characterizes these activities as part of a criminal operation
Right on the side of you seem like a good man, Corleone Snow. Would have been nice to meet you under different circumstances.
Where individuals could rise through the ranks by making money from music, drug sales, or violent actions.
They continually keep the video while the AI is going on King Von. This is a psych out. This is, I guess it's content. It's a story, but it's auto-generated. It's generic, but it's telling you the story from all the newspaper clippings and all the statements and everything else is all accumulated to where it's the bulk of evidence they really finna be using or trying to use against these guys. So that's why I made that other video before this one, if they can get a fair trial with this type of systematic narrative. I mean, it's like the whole system right now is rigged against them.
From a legal standpoint, if you've made a significant amount of money from selling drugs in Old Block, and you've spent that money on, say, a Bentley, the government can seize those assets. The same principle might apply to King Von's earnings from his music career, should the allegations hold true. While King Von may have appeared to lead a glamorous life, the reality of his situation and his ultimate fate was far from glamorous. Another intriguing aspect revealed in the document is that within Old Block, killers are given more respect than individuals who merely engage in shootings. To increase one's status within Old Block, killing a high-profile rival, often referred to as an op, is considered a significant achievement. The document also delves into specific murders, such as the killings of O.D. Perry. Testimonies suggest that Old Block members were involved in these cases. The indictment touches upon a murder of Dale Fisher, also known as Squirrel, who was allegedly murdered by an Old Block member, Troy James Johnson, and a 600 member, D. Rose. This illustrates how the document openly discusses individuals from different gangs.
Are you paying attention to how he's riffling off these names? And majority of these names have nothing to do with the case, nothing to do with documents, just intel on what they've collected on O'Block, or what they've collected, or what kind of evidence they have. Think about all those names, D Rose and all them. They don't have nothing to do with this trial.
Gangs, and it's possible that more charges could be added to various individuals as the investigation unfolds. Moreover, the document hints at the involvement of Cooperator 3 and his witnessing of events within O Block. There's mention of FBG Butter's denial of being Cooperator 3 and some confusion regarding familial connections. In particular, the document suggests that Cooperator 3 witnessed the murder of his sister, Jakira Barnes, allegedly committed by King Von. The relationships within these stories are complex and might require further investigation to fully understand. The trial could potentially shed more light on these relationships and their significance within the case. The indictment provides a plethora of details and insights into the case. It reveals that O Block, the Black Disciple faction, had affiliations with other gangs like 600 and Lamron, particularly based on 64th Street of Normal Boulevard in the early 2010s. This affiliation implies a collaboration where they share and adopt each other's conflicts. Notably, Lil Durk, known as Mr. Lamron, is deeply intertwined with this network. The document highlights the motive behind the murder of FBG Duck. It suggests that the individuals involved conspired to kill him not only to eliminate a rival, but also to enhance their status within O Block. This is often referred to as gaining clout or reputation, and the indictment emphasizes that this was a primary driving force for their actions. It's revealed that the individuals involved were in such a hurry to carry out the murder that they didn't adequately consider the evidence they were leaving behind. They were captured on Chicago police license plate reader devices, and photographs of their cars traveling to the murder scene were obtained. Furthermore, text messages are provided, showing discussions about carrying out the crime. The document goes on to describe the behavior.
You'll never guess who just ordered a good burger.
Chewbacca? Shakespeare? Shakespeare's been dead for 400 years.
Of Ralph Turpin, who was instrumental in identifying FBG Duck's location before the murder. Turpin's agitated state was so evident that a security guard at Montclair began recording him. This recording serves as evidence, indicating how enthusiastic he was about the impending hit. Turpin even brought Lil Durk's brother, known as D-Thing, in.
I'm going to show you that this is a computer, that this is AI. This is AI telling this story. This is AI putting these pieces together about this case. Have you noticed that it's been a consistent flow? No pauses to have to think. It's just total recall of this information. Pay attention. There's no pauses. There's no moments to think. This is totally artificial intelligence being used in this criminal trial.
Into the situation, further implicating those associated with O-Block. The document describes the extensive involvement of Turpin, who not only initiated the plan, but also stood across the street making phone calls and even watched FBG Duck die in the street. His actions played a pivotal role in the events that transpired. The indictment also mentions that the woman who was with FBG Duck during the attack fired back at the assailants, injuring some of them. The details regarding this aspect are not publicly disclosed due to significant reasons. The document provides a comprehensive timeline of events, including the purchase of the Ford Fusion used during the crime, demonstrating how meticulously the prosecution has built its case. It is clear that the evidence against the defendants is substantial, making it a challenging case for them to contest. Overall, the document offers a detailed and compelling narrative of the events surrounding FBG Duck's murder, highlighting the motivations, affiliations, and actions of those involved, with a wealth of evidence to support the prosecution's case. Los acquired the vehicle under false pretenses, fabricating his employment status and providing counterfeit pay stubs to secure the purchase. Interestingly, he was exposed on August 3, 2020, just a day before the murder of FBG Duck. This timing seems purely coincidental, as Los had no way of knowing what was about to unfold. An employee from the dealership that sold him the car began questioning the legitimacy of his financing. The dispute between them extended until August 4th, the day of the murder.
Hey, these mugs sound like they were there. Listen to them like they were there.
Seizing the opportunity, Los promptly returned the car to the dealership, as his fraudulent financing had been challenged. Cell phone records and photographs from the car dealership show that Los messaged an employee merely 9 minutes after the murder, declaring his intention to return the vehicle. This sequence of events is bewildering, as it demonstrates how rapidly he transitioned from participating in a homicide to returning the car. At the dealership, Los arrived less than an hour after the murder, with his baby mama accompanying him. He returned the car, seemingly unfazed by the heinous act committed only an hour earlier. Around a year later, Los learned from a YouTube video that the police scanner audio had revealed the use of an officer's Ford Fusion in the crime. A witness shared this video with Los' baby mama. In response, Los expressed concerns about people reveling in his potential downfall and suggested that they were motivated by a desire to be with his girlfriend. It's revealed that one of the individuals involved, Robertson, falsely embellished his role in the murder, claiming to be a shooter when, in reality, surveillance footage showed him in the back seat of the vehicle. He even falsely stated that a woman started shooting during the incident, providing insider details that were not publicly known. This suggests that individuals associated with the case were discussing their involvement and inflating their roles, unaware that their conversations could incriminate them. These intricate details and developments are pivotal in understanding the sequence of events leading up to and following FBG Duck's murder, shedding light on the intricate web of connections and actions taken by those involved.
Look at the words and the accuracy and the timelines. These computers is out cold.
Astonishing how individuals involved in the crime were recklessly discussing the details and their roles. This level of self-incrimination, braggadocio, and carelessness is extraordinary. One of the participants falsely embellished his role in the murder, claiming to be a shooter when surveillance footage revealed otherwise. He provided intricate inside information, details only someone present during the crime would know. These discussions exposed the extent of their involvement. This individual made several statements revealing non-public details about the crime, including the use of a Chrysler 302 cars, the connection between Dipset and O-Block, and King Von's alleged order for Duck's hit. The manner in which this information was disclosed points to the shocking confidence and nonchalance exhibited by those involved. A day after the murder, a witness sent Kenny Mack a news article via Instagram about the incident, questioning if he used his own car for the crime. Kenny Mack replied by asking the witness to delete the message, implying a connection between him and the crime. This exchange is a telling example of how they reacted to news of their own crime. Chicago Police Department, CPD, seized the car a day after the murder and conducted a search. In the car, they found a piece of paper with C. Murder's phone number and Instagram handle, along with a spent .357 shell casing lodged in a hard-to-reach area between the windshield and the hood. These discoveries connected the car directly to the crime. Additionally,
when it gets colder, it's a good idea to layer up.
Witness 8 contacted the police on behalf of Kenny Mack, attempting to have the car returned. She lied to the police, claiming power of attorney, and repeatedly called about the car. Her insistence on reclaiming the vehicle used in the murder, involving numerous calls, further illustrates the astonishing audacity and carelessness of the individuals involved. The individuals associated with O-Block have been incredibly careless and brazen in their actions, both in their communication and their public displays, which has led to substantial self-incrimination. They openly and extensively use social media to proclaim their affiliation with O-Block, which is unambiguously identified as a gang.
Okay, you get the picture. So these are some of the things that they're going to allege in trial. Actually, what you just seen was the whole prosecution case on the internet in the AR Forum podcast. So the internet is getting deep. You know what I mean? So, Sanders, you have Detroit. Like, share, and subscribe. Play the video. Pay attention to the cadence and the things I pointed out to you, and you're witnessing artificial intelligence. That's what it's able to do. Peace. Keep your head on the swivel.